According to Fox News, the Biden administration is now expanding the range of taxpayer-financed gender-affirming healthcare options available to federal employees. Isn't this exciting? You can pay for Bob the tax adjuster at the IRS to become Jane the tax adjuster at the IRS. According to the Office of Personnel Management, quote, they continue to focus on ways our carriers can improve access to gender-affirming care for transgender and gender-diverse individuals. The expansion of this care comes just after the national debt hit $31 trillion, and fiscal year 2022 ended with an estimated budget deficit of $1.4 trillion. OPM said healthcare costs for federal employees is contributing to the increased debt load. Okay, now, realistically, Fox News is coming at this from a financial angle, like it costs a lot of money. That's not really the issue here. The issue here is why in the hell are taxpayers paying for people to get their breasts chopped off and fake penises attached to them? Why should anybody be paying for that except for the person who wants to have these body mutilating surgeries? That's even assuming that such surgeries should be allowed and that they're not a direct violation of the Hippocratic Oath. According to Fox News, some of this cost increase reflects a broader range of treatment options for those diagnosed with gender dysphoria. For example, OPM says that starting in 2023, all healthcare providers offering service under federal programs will provide coverage for fertility preservation procedures for people facing the possibility of infertility associated with medical and surgical gender transition treatment. So get this, you're not just paying for a woman to have her breasts removed and a fake penis sewed to her, you are also going to pay for her eggs to be removed and frozen in case later she wants to get pregnant. You will pay for that. After all, this is what equitable access is all about. Equity means that sex does not exist as a biological reality. Equity means that you will be paying for other people to mutilate their bodies, and you will be paying for their fertility procedures afterward. By the way, there's a lawsuit in New York State right now in which apparently there are people who are suing. There are infertility treatments that are covered by healthcare in places like New York. And you now have gay couples that are suing for fertility, meaning they want the state to help pay for them to get a surrogate birth mom. Okay, there's a difference between a woman who is suffering from infertility as a medical condition and a man who cannot get pregnant saying, I can't get pregnant, so pay for me to take another woman's egg and inseminate her. We have moved beyond the range of rationality, but this is the world that Democrats would love to create, apparently. The Department of Energy says it will establish a new policy for gender identity and gender transition to support transgender and non-binary colleagues. The agency told Fox News Digital the policy is aimed at ensuring there is easier access at the department to already established federal coverage and support for transgender employees. A White House official emphasized that gender transition coverage for federal employees existed prior to the Biden administration and is similar to plans of prominent corporations. Well, then, what are you changing exactly? And just because it existed before, does that mean that this is a better idea? Again, the lies that are being told by Democrats on this stuff are pretty incredible. This is why you have Joe Biden promoting transgender treatments as, quote, life-saving care. It is now life-saving care to radically increase the number of children who are having hormones shot into their bodies and later having their breasts cut off or their penises cut off. That's life-saving care, you see. It's like experiencing a battle wound and the shrapnel is taken out and you're sewed up. It's exactly like that. Life-saving. And you never see medical professionals who are making money off of this stuff act in predatory fashion upon their prospective patients. You'd never see that, except in Florida, where a Florida-based plastic surgeon who dubs herself Dr. Teetus Deletus, which is a reference to breast removal surgery. Dr. Teetus Deletus has been reported to America's consumer watchdog for using her huge TikTok following to unfairly and deceptively sway teens into having sex change operations, according to the UK Daily Mail. A complaint to the FTC obtained by the Daily Mail says Dr. Sadiba Gallagher, who runs Gallagher Plastic Surgery in Miami, talks up the benefits and downplays the risks of sex reassignment surgeries. Shocker. It accuses Dr. Gallagher, who says she carries out between 400 and 500 gender affirmation surgeries every year, of using catchy videos with pop music backing tracks on social media platforms as a marketing gimmick to attract vulnerable and impressionable minors to everything from breast removals to bottom surgery, which is the chopping off of penises and testicles and the formation of fake penises on behalf of young women and the sewing of these non-working penises to the young women. This apparently is all great, according to Dr. Teetus Deletus. The clinic said in a statement that the videos aim to educate and celebrate marginalized groups, and Dr. Gallagher has become a target of attacks and complaints because of her politically charged work with transgender teens. Again, just amazing, amazing stuff. And if you look at the exciting videos that are being promoted by Dr. Teetus Deletus on TikTok, they really are quite astonishing. They really are quite amazing. Dr. Gallagher uses the phrase "yeet the teats," which apparently means remove your breasts. The videos obviously glamorize, romanticize, and valorize medical gender transition, according to the complaint. It's amazing. Young people are tweeting, are putting on her Instagram profile things like, first surgeon I've ever seen on here, especially for this stuff. Definitely saving this info for when I'm old enough. In one video, Dr. Gallo appears wearing scrubs and looking sad. Superimposed over her head is the text, just realized I only get to yeet 4 teats next week, and a crying emoji, while an Eminem rap tune plays in the background. Yes, there's nothing quite like yeeting the teats. That is, it's definitely a positive for Western civilization when doctors who are duty-bound not to harm their patients are celebrating, and they're lamenting, they're crying over the fact they only get to cut off 4 breasts next week. We have lost all moral compass in this civilization. Alrighty, guys, the rest of the show is continuing right now. You're not going to want to miss it. We're going to get into the underlying problems in the world economy. Plus, we're going to get to a proposed law in Virginia that would effectively criminalize you not transing your kids. If you're not a member, click the link in the description and join us.